We are the restaurant brokers, and we sell restaurants.
We started the nation's largest restaurant brokerage firm over a decade ago.
Atlanta, Georgia was our starting point, but our brand is spreading nationwide. We define restaurant brokerage and help buyers just like these.
Our dream, our goal, open up a restaurant, loving life, serving people breakfast and lunch, and then enjoying the rest of the day with them and ourselves.
Buying an existing restaurant, leasing a closed restaurant space, or purchasing a restaurant franchise. We help buyers satisfy their appetite for acquisition.
I'm part of a husband and wife team with this fella.
Working with my wife has been a lot of fun. The ultimate goal for everybody here is to make this work. And because we have different strengths, we bring different angles to the deal.
The process begins with our powerhouse website, WeSellRestaurants.com, where buyers sign online confidentiality agreements and browse restaurants for sale.
Then we send buyers undercover to check out a restaurant and decide if it's the right one for them.
Buyers get our proprietary business analysis tool with all the financial details on the business for sale.
After studying the restaurant inside and out, it's back to our office.
We are deal makers. We write contracts and negotiate terms for buyers and sellers. That's why we sell more restaurants than any other firm in the nation. We are the restaurant brokers. Our name says it all. That sound means you're back on the air with the restaurant brokers, Eric and Robin Gagnon. Today we have been talking to those people in the industry who, with the stroke of a pen or a strike on a keyboard, could make or break the reputation of those in the restaurant industry. Now it's our turn to give you the reality of the business, how that ties into today's show. You know, we'll always give you the inside scoop and unbridled truth. So, Eric, you know, what struck me is that several times today, those who are in non-traditional media outlets or even a restaurant critic, like one of the gentlemen on the show, we're talking about the wild, wild west when it comes to blogging, right?
That's what it sounds like. I mean, again, I'd like to give special thanks to Amy, Ari, and Matthew for their time today. It was very interesting. And yeah, Wild Wild West was mentioned so many times today. If you're a restaurateur or somebody who wants to get into business, and this is definitely something that should be pretty high on your radar. I mean, maybe focus on social media, their websites, and on people coming in and discount and everything. But it looks like bloggers are very active and also have a very good sphere of influence out there in the community. So it may be something that you want to look at and care for and become. It looks to me like a little big difference that I could see between the bloggers and the critics. The bloggers may be more of a friendly approach to their columns and to their words, and where they work with you versus just being an independent judge of your work.
You know, I almost feel bad for restaurateurs today. Those people going into the industry, man, they have it much, much tougher than their grandpa did, doing the exact same thing, putting that little pizza shop on the side of the road. It was good enough to just have great service and great food. And you built a reputation, and that reputation was passed person to person, people in the neighborhood, and you became this spot. And now that's just not enough. You have to somehow manage this huge digital footprint, and it may be somebody who's never been in your restaurant, doesn't know anything about you, but their observation as they're driving down the street today is that they just want to blog about, ooh, I think that's a tacky little place on the side of the road. It's an impression. There's no rules around it. It's not sanctioned. You know, that restaurant critic of yesteryear, which, by the way, does still exist in print, would come in. You never know that they're there. They just order, they go away, and they write, but they typically come from a culinary background or a place of experience. Anyone with a phone, a smartphone, or a keyboard can literally just sit down and spit out whatever they want about your business. That's terrifying.
It is. It's very challenging, and it's almost like a lot of people said, it's a love-hate relationship. It's kind of a no-win situation. How do you manage it? And I think you have to work with people. But like we've seen some people in some of these larger sites that are reviewing, where some restaurants have actually incentivized their customers to write bad reviews. So let's just get it over with. We'll just run it to the bottom, and we're going to stay there. And the joke's on the people that are missing our great food, because we're just going to tell everybody how bad we are. But the real people know that we are the best. So that's very a reverse psychology here. So people are experimenting. We've seen people, we all seen it, where they made some interesting comment back at the customers that are complaining. And like you said, anybody with a smartphone, a camera nowadays, it goes into restaurants and it can make an opinion, because that's really what it is. Maybe, the food critics have obviously some sort of credentials to go along with them. That's why they were more respected. They go undercover. Food bloggers seems to be somebody. The one we had today were very knowledgeable about the business, have great background. So there are people you want to work, and then you have the common person that just a diner that now becomes whether it's a blogger, whether it's a reviewer, a commenter, and you go to the big sites out there, and there's a lot of people that. They post reviews after reviews. They post 15 reviews a day, but there's only 3 meals in a day. So how did that working out?
And the thing is that there are no rules for blogging. You have an internet connection and a keyboard and you're in business, but to monetize that, and we didn't get to this with our guests, but to monetize your blog, what you've got to have is lots and lots of hits. Well, what gets you lots and lots of hits? Lots and lots of controversy sometimes.
Shock value.
So that can also be a piece of it. So
yeah.
I truly believe it's so intriguing the way that the virtual world is bumping up against the real world. But the reality is that our restaurateurs or would-be restaurateurs, you can't ignore it. And we have said this before, and if you haven't done this yet, go now. Leave your car, park, go in the house, and set up a Google alert on your name and your restaurant name. And make sure, whatever the conversation is, and some of it you may want to cringe, you may want to pull the sheet over your head and go hide in the closet when you read it, and it was just somebody, drunk reviewing at 2 a.m. and you can write them off. That's okay, but you need to know what's being said about your business. So you need a Google alert on your business name and on your personal name, and sometimes it may just even help you kind of face up to, 3 different guys 3 different weeks in a row say that hostess was so rude to me. You know what? You might have a problem if you're not working nights. So it's also a love-hate relationship with you as a restaurateur, but knowledge is power, and don't give up the power to the internet without at least understanding what's going on.
That's good advice. And, in our second segment today, some of our guests talk about some of the things you can do as a restaurateur or somebody that's thinking about being in the business. One of the things that resonated with me is the blogging community is very a sharing community, and from that perspective, and there's also a lot about innovation. So invite bloggers to your restaurant was a great idea. To have a blogger come and create. If you're so good about critiquing, why don't you come and work with our chef and then you make it your dish of the month. Blogger Joe and Chef John's creation of the month, and make them more of a prominent person with your restaurant that works with you. That's going to be hard for them to give you probably some negative comments.
Well, and also take advantage of the fact. So you are, every time you touch someone online, if you get on Yelp, and I agree with I can't remember who said it, but all you're going to do is if you go back on a Yelp review and you're just getting into a shouting match online. But a blogger typically has a following. They've got people that log in and they have that downloaded into their data stream every single day. So whether that's 100 people or 100,000 people, get that person on your side, and you just, multiply that effort times so much. And that's one thing you don't think about. Don't think about just the negative impact. Think about how to turn that person into a raving fan and what that begins to do for you in terms of multiplying your reach, because that's what online is about. What is the reach? So what's the reach of that person? Make them your friend, and then that is spreading out to everybody they know and influencing.
Make them your marketing tool, do blogger meals, But, speaking of that, Robin, let's talk about some restaurants that people can get in. I know people love that.
That's right. You want to get in the business so that then you can see what people are saying about you online. So we've got some brand new restaurants, including an Italian restaurant for sale in Davie, Florida. That's a great part of the southern part of Florida, and Florida's a great state. Lots of great opportunities there. It's a very business-friendly state. There's no personal income tax. We have an outstanding broker franchisee in that marketplace, and he has one Italian restaurant for sale listed at $150,000, and I think he probably has a few more up his sleeves as well. You can check him out online on our website.
That's WeSellRestaurants.com. We also got a couple, if you're in the Georgia market, they got a great your neighborhood bar and grill, $49,000. That's a great restaurant. $43.94 is a listing on that. Also have a pizza and pasta for people that like that in the suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia. That place is doing great numbers, and it's for sale for $99,000, all included, all the furniture, fixture, equipment. We have tons more on our listing on our website at WeSellRestaurants.com, and that's all the time we have today.
I love it when those listings are under $100,000, and so do our customers, judging from the hits we get on them. This is Eric and Robin Gagnon. We are the restaurant brokers, and we sell restaurants. You can find us online at WeSellRestaurants.com, where every single listing, videos from this show, as well as the audios and historical performances of this show are on the air for you every single day.